Well, hello again, brothers and sisters in Christ. Pastor Mike here. Welcome to the weekly check-in. It is the 11th of August, and we're doing pretty okay out here. We had a wild storm on Monday. Hopefully, you in your neck of the woods have been able to weather it pretty well. Blessings if you have any damage that you need to have fixed and work done. Those things come out of nowhere. They're not normal. We do appreciate the fact, though, as I look around at church, that the crops seem to be doing okay. That was kind of my big worry when I saw all the winds. And I know some folks in Iowa who their crops are not as vertical as they want them to be at the moment. So definitely prayers of thanksgiving that the crops were doing good and that the damage was not as bad as it could have been. Hopefully, beyond even the storm realities, you guys are weathering the other stuff quite well. Again, blessings to parents as they're getting ready for school, blessings to kids on them. Also, be paying attention because later on this month we will be having our back to school blessing for all the kids. So, if you're not able to swing by the church for that, please accept the online blessing. Turns out I can bless pretty far away, so that's pretty cool. But brothers, sisters in Christ, as part of our check-in today, uh, perspective. Hopefully you know that often as part of the check-ins, I meditate on something. Obviously, that's beneficial, but that is in many ways me trying to get FaceTime with folks. I know, but it's the reality. People don't get to probably see me in person as much as they want, and that's for safety. And I'll be honest, trying to keep track of everyone is difficult. I try. But again, the reminder, if you need me or you haven't heard from me a bit and really want to, call, shoot an email. That's not bad. That's not like a sign of weakness. It's just wanting to check in. Um, yeah. And it's not that you're going to interrupt me or bother me. It's, again, people first, but it's chaotic. And I'll be honest, with even all of life's realities right now, things slip by me. More things have slipped by me than I probably want. So feel free if you want to touch base, please reach out. But one of the things that I've been thinking about is our wonderful nurses and how they have been doing good work. And it's funny because this week, the Lutheran Church recognizes and gives thanks for a very interesting person. You may or may not know from certain articles I've written, discussions I've had, that the church really tries to, when there's historic people that have done certain things because of the faith, the church tries to recognize that as an attempt to give us perspective, to look at their witness and how the Spirit worked at that time with and through a person. And again, that's meant for inspiration, for perspective, for wisdom, all those things for us and God's people. And this week on the 13th, the church recognizes a wonderful individual named, and hopefully I'm pronouncing it correctly, Clara Moss. Clara Moss, interesting, wonderful Lutheran. She, 1800s, late 1800s, was an individual who her parents immigrated to the U.S. to New Jersey from Germany. So devout Lutheran with her family, but she got into nursing. And she, in fact, became a nurse in the U.S. Army and helped out there and did good work. And eventually, there was the yellow fever outbreak, in the late 1800s, early 1900s. And she was on the front line of dealing with that horrible disease and the mosquito transmission. And she did a lot of amazing work, working with the doctors, again, being that kind of front line person on the scene, doing the heavy lifting to help get a cure, to help alleviate this disease and do great work. And again, eventually yellow fever took her life, and that's one of the reasons that the church recognizes her. That in her understanding of faith, she wanted to work toward healing people, deeply grounded in her faith as a Lutheran. She believed God calls us to serve the neighbor, and she very seriously did that in the medical field at a harsh time. And we give thanks for that witness. And again, that call and reminder of how can we serve the neighbor in this time. We have nurses here, wonderful medical professionals. I can't name them all, but we're thankful for all their work. And so the ones that you know, the ones that are in your family, the ones that are in church, even some of the kids that I've heard are thinking about, yeah, I might want to go into nursing or this, that, and the other. We give thanks. They're doing amazing work. And God is going to and is doing great work through them. And so, one, we should give thanks to them for those sorts of things, but also for us to be mindful of how can we care for those people? How can we support? And I encourage you, again, keep praying for them. Keep praying for numerous people in this. Again, don't add to the workload. If there's ways for you to stay healthy. But maybe the final thing is I really appreciate nurses, doctors, medical professionals in faith. Because these are individuals who I really think get God's call to health. That God, especially in John, calls us to abundant life. And that the miracles of healing are there because God is committed to healing our broken reality. And they've heard that call and they see in themselves the gifts that God has given them to work toward that, and they've used it. And I mean, that's especially great too nowadays. We've been supporting the Arusha Nursing School. There it is in Africa, in Tanzania. Wonderful people who feel called by God to pursue nursing to help in, say, hospitals, but also in farther out from urban centers, towns and villages in small rural areas where they become the health professional. They're the ones. And even us, maybe we can't be there, but we've done good work in supporting that school to train, to raise up people like Clara Moss, deeply grounded in faith to try to heal the neighbor. And again, we get other opportunities in the future to do that. And it's great for us to have part of our mission in ministry supporting this through our youth who want to be nurses, our parishioners who are medical professionals of all degrees, supporting the schools in Africa that are doing this work, and those other denominations where they have different disease realities than we do and need people like Clara on the scene. So hopefully this is a good perspective this week. One of gratitude and thanksgiving and support for our brothers and sisters and their gifts. But also, again, that call toward health for ourselves as well. And that even in these moments where we are probably experiencing stress and worry, guess what? It is okay to take the time to be healthy in mind, body, and spirit. People like Claire have worked toward that. And that might be one of the greatest reminders and witnesses of taking their work seriously, and our healthcare professionals seriously, is doing our part to be healthy, to listen to what they're talking to us about, guiding us. Like even my doctor's like, hey, you got to eat better. Yeah, I do. And we work toward it, because if they're willing to put the time and the energy to try to take care of me, I should carry my weight, even if it means cutting down on that weight a little bit. Well, brothers and sisters in Christ, hopefully some of my ramblings about Clara Mass are good for meditation and thought for this week. But above all, if you take away anything from this, be healthy and give a prayer of thanksgiving for all of our healthcare professionals here at church, in our country, abroad. Blessings, brothers and sisters in Christ. I look forward to seeing you soon. Give me a holler if you need me. Bye now.